Brown Bay YouTube. It's Charles here, and today we're doing an action figure unboxing of an action figure I've been waiting on for years. Just a little backstory. I love professional wrestling. Professional wrestling has actually gotten me into action figure collecting. And not just professional wrestling, but very obscure professional wrestling. And there was a great app called Pro Wrestling TV that would broadcast professional wrestling, local professional wrestling companies all over the country. And they had a running series of pro wrestling from Hollywood, is what it was called, part of the United Wrestling Network, along with the NWA, Billy Corgan's promotion now. And they had a wrestler who really stood out to me named Lacey Ryan. She was in a feud with a wrestler, Heather Monroe, that it spanned like 6-7 weeks. Great stuff. And I just knew that one day I was going to have Lacey Ryan in action figure form. And sadly, that didn't happen because Lacey Ryan got signed by WWE, and she is now known as Zoey Stark. So while I do not watch WWE or collect a lot of WWE action figures, this is a very exciting one because I've been following her career since before she was a big name wrestling on Pro Wrestling TV app, and Pro Wrestling from Hollywood, which was one of the smaller independent companies. And to see her go from that to the very top of professional wrestling is very cool. So before we open up, we're going to talk about it a little bit. I got this off of Walmart.com. And it looks like we have a little bit of a new packaging here. The packaging has been beat up in transit. But I am not a Mattel on-card collector, so that's not going to be a problem. We have this weird box. It has kind of a half window. Not used to this. It's been a while since I've done a new WWE unboxing. But you can see a couple of the accessories. So we have a brace for the knee, a couple of extra hands. And on the back it says, leader of the Thank You Trish movement, Zoey Stark fought alongside her childhood hero, Trish Stratus, against Becky Lynch. Again, storyline I'm not familiar with because I don't watch WWE, but it's cool that they put this on there so you can be familiar with what they're most known for nowadays. Zoey Stark, this is a first time in line, and it is from Series 114, which includes Ilya Dragunov, another guy I used to watch back on the independent circuit. We have Jey Uso and his brother Jimmy Uso. We have Zoey Stark right here, the one I have in hand. We have Braun Breaker, who is actually Rick Steiner's son. And we have Tommaso Ciampa. I actually have a Tommaso Ciampa figure right behind me. And he recently moved to AEW. So hopefully we'll be getting a new action figure from Jazzwares via AEW. So let's get into it. Like I said, I'm not even going to try to be nice with the box because it got abused in transit. Now, the way I do these action figure unboxings is I have a 3A criteria. Those A's are appearance. Does it look like the person it's based on? Does it look good aesthetically? How does it compare? And then we go from appearance to articulation. And we end with accessories. So let's start with appearance. I like the bright coloration, and then on the entrance jacket, this is very cool. It is a soft goods entrance jacket. We have two-tone here. The right side is kind of a light blue with a pink on the other side. No sleeve on the pink side, a sleeve on the right side, I really love these thick, soft goods accessories here. A lot better, in my opinion, than the thick rubber ones they used to use for the ring jackets. These are easier to get on and off. I think they just look better, and you can actually pose your action figure in the softer material. Just as an example, the first Finn Balor Elite action figure I got, the jacket on there is just a stiff rubber piece that is very hard to get on and off the action figure. And once it's on, you have one pose, arms straight down. So this is a nice change from that. You can see they do not hinder range of motion at all. So that is a very cool looking accessory jacket there. Let's get this going. And then going from head to toe, the face scan, we know that they use True Effect scanning, so it looks just like Zoey Stark. See, that's going to be hard for me, because like I said, I've known her as Lacey Ryan, the independent wrestler, not Zoey Stark, the WWE superstar. But yeah, the face is spot on. The hair is very cool here. We have the right side braided up into a French braid, and then the other side kind of free flowing. And you can see the details here. Let me give you a good look here on that French braid with the two-tone hair color, brown and blonde. And then, yeah, the gear with it. One thing I like to, the last action figure I unboxed, I complained a little bit about it. It was the Sasha Banks action figure back here. The, I think her first main roster action figure. But while the paint looked great, all the different parts were, the different accessories and everything was just painted on. But here we actually have different textures here. You know, even though this is one plastic mold, you have a different texture between the gear here on the upper body and the skin, which just adds a little bit more realism, a little bit more, yeah, accuracy to the action figure here. And I like the musculature. She is a very muscular athlete, and they did right by her there. The legs are a little bit skinny, but I mean, it's a great likeness. I love the aesthetic, the pink and the blue, and the duality of it from the jacket having pink and blue on the outside to the hair. You know, a very, very cool thing they have going on here. And it looks like the actual person. So now that we talked about the appearance, let's talk about the articulation. The head is on a ball joint. We got good range of motion here. Very good range of motion despite having hair that goes down on the shoulders here. We have a very long neck here, which gives a little bit more freedom of movement there. And then going down the shoulder, goes round and up and down. We have a cut between the bicep and shoulder for horizontal movement. Double jointed, pinless elbows, so you can get the elbows all the way up there. Great range of motion right there. And then we have the wrist, the hands, they come in and out. You have fist, and you have the extra hands right here, which is a slightly open hand. And they pop on and off. And they go all the way around and back and forth. Now the torso, the upper torso is on a rocker, or not a rocker, a swivel. And the hips go all the way around. Between the hip, we have a ball joint going down to the leg, upper thigh cut for horizontal left to right movement. And then we have pinned, double jointed knees. And despite having a thicker knee pad, The knees get good range of motion. Actually, too good a range of motion. What is going on here? Uh-oh. This is the first. I am going to have to get a hold of Walmart because they sent me a defective action figure. Of course, this is Charles from another day. As you saw, the Zoey Stark action figure that I just unboxed had a break in the leg, and I said I would update you about what happened thus far with Walmart.com and Mattel. And after dealing with Walmart.com over a couple of days, they said they were going to fully refund me. They said it'd be no problem, and they just refused to do anything. And after 3 days, they gave me an equivalent amount credit for online shopping. So technically, since I get my groceries from Walmart anyway, there was technically nothing lost, but I was not happy with the service I got off of buying a broken item from them. Now, after doing some research, I found out that the broken right leg on the Zoey Stark action figure is something that is well known and an issue with that particular action figure, and was referred by AI to get a hold of the main office of Mattel. So I got a hold of them. I explained the situation to them. I sent them a photo of the broken action figure. And lo and behold, 4 days after that call, I have a replacement action figure that I will be unboxing. They didn't have a Zoey Stark action figure to replace it, so they gave me a choice of a couple of action figures from that line, and I chose the Monday Night Wars Lex Luger action figure. I'll give you a quick peek at this, but I will be doing a full unboxing. But it was really an easy process with Mattel. I simply, like I said, told them what happened. I sent a picture. They asked for certain numbers and information off of the actual action figure to verify that I indeed had it, and they sent it to me quickly, securely, with no additional cost. And here is my replacement action figure. Looks like NWO Lex Luger, so we're going to be doing this, the Monday Night Wars edition. Interesting, this is one of the replacements because this is the whole retro line here. I don't see it as a chase for the Zoey Stark, but I'm actually very surprised and happy with Mattel's response to this. So back to the Zoey Stark video, and if you dig it, like, subscribe, and I will see you right now. And then, like I said, the knee pads here. But yeah, this thing, you can tell right here, it just was not connected all the way around. That leg just popped right off. That is not good at all. And then the boot cut there, left to right. And yeah, the ankle side to side, back and forth. I am going to give Walmart a call, and if they give me a grief, if they give me grief or anything like that, I'll let you guys know once I get the video edited. But we're going to continue here as if everything is okay. And then it looks like we may have, okay, yeah, now that I've gotten it out and I'm looking at it too, we have not only that, not only the leg issue, but I'm seeing something else here too. Looks like we have a little paint drip on the face. Can you see that? Right below the nose, right between the nose and the lip, we have a gray speck of paint that is not supposed to be there. So this is definitely having some quality control issues going on here. And so yeah, as far as appearance goes, grade A, but articulation with the damaged leg, I hope that is not a trend with this action figure. Okay, yeah, and the appearance is going to be missing some points because of that paint, that extra paint on the face. Now, accessories, we have your two hands, we have the open hands, and we have the fist. And we have the great jacket. Love the jacket. And we have a mid brace, which is a novel accessory. I've only seen it one time. That was with Tommaso Ciampa. These things, actually, it goes on fairly easy. You just have to slide it a little bit over the foot. I'm not going to do that on screen. But, I mean, overall, like I said, the paint defect, that's a manufacturing flaw. But that, outside of that, it would have got a perfect grade as far as appearance goes if it wasn't for that paint defect on the face. And then this issue right here with the leg that came off, and we have that disconnected piece. I mean, that's just bad craftsmanship. I've never seen that on an action figure before from Mattel or Jazzwares. So, yeah. So I wish I could give this a better grade. Like I said, I'm going to get a hold of Walmart customer service, see what we can do about this, and I will let you guys know what happens in the editing. And, that's why it's a good thing to go, when you get a new action figure, this can be a teachable moment. Open it up, move the joints around, take the accessories on and off. The last issue I had like this was when I got the AEW Jazzwares Jake Hager action figure. I was unboxing it. I removed the hoodie, and the hoodie created staining all over the torso, which I found out was a very common issue. And so I actually got a hold of Jazzwares directly, and they sent me a brand new torso and head. So, when you get these things, open them up, move them around, and make sure that you're getting what you pay for, because the price on these things are getting higher and higher. And, it's important to hold these guys to account for the quality. So that's my thoughts on it. You gotta let me know what you guys thought. If you had the same issue with the leg, let me know. This is the newest Mattel figure I've gotten in quite some time, so I don't know if it's an issue with production or what. But you guys be easy. I'll see you next time. Till then, keep buying them action figures. And if you like to support the content, I have a Buy Me a Coffee. You can go ahead and find that in the description below. Or scan the little QR code. It'll be right here, maybe here. Who knows, wherever I put it. I might just put it in the whole screen. You guys be easy.